Good day, my dear ones. Pastor Steve Brown here from St. Luke with a word of instruction today that I hope will be helpful to you. Here's what happened to me today. I got the vaccine, my first shot. I even got a little sticker that says I got my COVID-19 vaccine. I encourage you when it's your time to get vaccinated. The sooner we get a higher percentage of people vaccinated, the sooner we can get on to whatever the new normal is, to meeting together in large groups and being close to one another. We're so looking forward to that, aren't we? But I want to speak to you about continuing to care for others throughout this pandemic when it comes to getting vaccinated, continuing to wear face coverings and physical distancing as the pandemic continues to wind down, and the other protocols as well. We know that someday this will all pass, and we're looking forward to that. We also know that it's really still our choice, our individual choice, whether to follow these protocols and mandates. I know that there's a mask mandate in our state still, although it's probably going to go away soon. But I don't see people getting arrested for not wearing masks. I know it's hurt small businesses, especially restaurants. And we got to get through this so that they can get back to making a good livelihood. And I know that there are some reasons that some people can't get vaccinated or can't wear face coverings or can't maintain physical distance. Maybe it has to do with some medical condition or job or responsibility or some other particular situation, and it's a good reason. But if you are able to get vaccinated, to continue to wear face coverings and maintain physical distance as this pandemic continues to go on, I want to encourage you to do that for the love of others. For the love of others. There's an applicable situation that was taking place in New Testament times. We read about it in Paul's first letter to the Corinthians, chapter 8. The issue is this. There was food that was being offered to pagan idols, sacrificed, if you will. And after it had been sacrificed to pagan idols, it was then sold in the marketplace. It was good food. Maybe it was less expensive. And so the followers of Jesus are saying, can we eat this food that's been offered to idols? And Paul says, yes, we have freedom in Christ. We don't get any closer to God whether we eat the food or not eat the food that's been sacrificed to idols, because Christ has made us close to God. He's reconciled us to God through his death and resurrection. We've been forgiven, and therefore we are free. We're free to eat that. But he says, if it causes someone to stumble when they see us eating food that's been sacrificed to pagan idols, and they think, I thought they were a follower of Jesus. If they're confused about that, he says, out of love, we ought to curb our freedom. In verse 8, Paul writes this, be careful, however, that the exercise of your rights does not become a stumbling block to others. In fact, Paul says that if we do that, we're sinning against them and therefore ultimately sinning against Christ who died for them. He concludes in verse 13 by saying this, therefore, if what I eat causes my brother or sister to fall into sin and to confusion, I think is what we could also say, I will never eat meat again, so that I will not cause them to fall. As a follower of Christ, you are following the one who curbed his freedom for you, who gave up his rights for you and for me. And therefore, when it comes to exercising our freedoms, whether it's the freedoms we have in our country because of our Constitution and laws, or whether it's the ultimate freedom that we have in Christ, we ought to exercise our freedom in love for others. For me, that means I get vaccinated and I continue to wear face coverings and maintain physical distancing and the other protocols until we're past this pandemic for the love of others. You have to figure that out for yourself. I would encourage you to do the same. But this has application to the other freedoms that we have or rights that we have, that we exercise our freedom in love for others. I hope that's helpful for you today. as you continue to seek to faithfully follow Jesus.